Okay. So, I didn't think I was going to have to make this kind of video. I feared of this. And I know the last time I made a video, it was kind of an update video of like where I've been at, what I've been doing, and what I may have planned in the future. Now, obviously, I haven't created a new channel, at least not yet. I'm still not sure if I want to, but that's not what this video is about, though. This video is about something that has happened not too long ago in my state. And genuinely, it actually, like, irritates me. It really, really upsets me. Now, the reason why it upsets me is because of what I've seen in the footage, what I've seen in response to it, what I've seen from either side of the aisle and how they've responded. It just... I didn't know if I was going to be able to absolutely make a video on it because I am coming down from a sickness. I'm still kind of recovering a bit. I'm on the better end of it, though. But I figured maybe it would just be better to convey things verbally and physically versus textually. So, earlier today, along Portland Avenue, that is in Minneapolis, Minnesota, there was a 37-year-old woman that was pulled off to the side being trapped by ICE agents, right? Immediately, ICE agents were demanding that she gets out of the vehicle. Now, to some of you, you may be thinking, oh, well, maybe she had some kind of record, maybe something is wrong with her, maybe there's something bad about her, right? Except that's wrong. This 37-year-old is 37-year-old Renee Nicole Good. She is a citizen of Minneapolis, Minnesota. And today, her life was cut short. Her life was cut short by the very agents that you guys thought were going to be safe, were going to protect, right? Thought these agents were going to do some kind of cleanup job, right? Some cleanup job. Well, now, her life was taken too soon. For no apparent reason. She had no reason to be pulled off to the side. And you can't say it was some kind of traffic stop. Because those are ICE agents. Those are based around immigration. She is a citizen. So what does ICE have any business trying to apprehend a citizen? So of course she's scared for her life, because she immediately knows those agents have no good intent. I'm amazed you guys haven't taken note from the past examples of violence performed by ICE within the past year alone. The amount of times they've apprehended and detained people just for the sake of torture. Only for them to either, at minimum, be released 48 hours later, or at maximum, be released 3 months later. And mind you, a good majority of the time they're citizens. They're people that mean no harm. And yet, time and time again, you have people as young as teens, going to as old as elderly, being apprehended, detained, and sent off to detention centers for no reason. Some of them even being refused to contact their lawyer. Just imagine what it feels like in their shoes, right? Sitting in a cage. Not a cell, a cage. Wondering when or if they'll get a chance to call their lawyer. Or to call their relatives. And then to no avail. Until many, many hours later, when ICE deems it deemable. How has it not clicked in you guys' head that that is pure torture? No one deserves to be sent off to a detention center for a few hours to a good couple of months just to be thrown back out. It is not fishing. And as for what happened today, in my beloved state, it is absolutely heartbreaking to watch a woman's life get stolen from her by the very agents that our own government has sent out to each of these states, swearing up and down that they are there to protect and to clean up the streets. But what I think half of society doesn't realize is that a good majority of us versus the government, we have different definitions of cleanup. Very different definitions. As Mayor Jacob Pride has said in response to ICE releasing a statement saying that it was out of self-defense as to why they discharged firearms, I deem that bullshit. You cannot look at me in the eye and then look at that footage and say, yeah, that was self-defense. How? Because to me, even if you think for a sliver of a second that it was self-defense, that, oh, she was aiming for an agent, to me it looks like an agent was trying to intentionally step in front as a means of stopping her vehicle. She was trying to run because she knew her life was in danger. Not because she had malicious intent and wanted to run someone over. And now tonight there is a vigil in Minneapolis for a young woman that lost her life far too soon. May she rest in peace. Renee Nicole Good. I hope this is a wake-up call to the rest of the world that stuff like this is not okay to normalize, and that you cannot sit there and try to find some kind of way to defend this kind of action. I mean, look at it. Look at every single detail. I highly encourage that those that want to defend ICE over this to look again. Look deeply at every single detail that is there. And if you don't believe the footage, believe the bystanders. Believe the witnesses. Believe what's been put down in statements. But I highly encourage you, before you even try to defend something like this, to look at every single detail there. Because there is just about enough that could prove why you shouldn't defend them. It completely breaks my heart watching my state get completely steamrolled by these agents. The fact that even despite the violence, despite the lack of understanding for rules of engagement, the fact that those have occurred, and yet the answer to it is to send more, to then also repeat said same thing, same actions, that is insane. That is beyond insanity. For those that voted for something like this, And for those that seem to regret it now, I hope you really understand why you regret it. And I hope you regret it even more. Because this is only the first going on second year. It hasn't even been 2 years yet. And we're already dealing with so much. It just breaks my heart having to warn fellow peers to be safe. I have to warn friends, family, co-workers of this stuff. Kids should not be afraid to go to school. Adults shouldn't be afraid to go to work. That should not be the case, especially those that have the proper documentation. Because I want you guys to pay close attention to every single thing that falls through the pipeline and realize that only a fraction of detainees are actually undocumented. And even those that are captured undocumented aren't giving proper due process. They are just immediately being expedited. That is not due process. And before you say, oh, they came in here illegally, they committed a crime, they should be sent out anyway, it is a misdemeanor. It is a civil-based crime, not criminal. And don't even get me started on civil cases. Because there is already far worse civil cases that can be listed off about a specific someone. But you guys want to just turn a blind eye to that, right? Focus on the people that you'd much rather discriminate against versus a specific figure that should never have been given an opportunity at said position. So allow me to say it again, and allow me to keep the name known. Rest in peace, Renee Nicole Good. Stay safe, everyone.